This is my Suzuki X90.
It's supposed to be in a car show
In 5 days. The only problem is, it's not show ready. It's got a whole bunch of problems that I'm gonna attempt to fix before the show. Will we make it? I'm gonna try, starting with this.
When the car is parked, we get this coolant leaking from the back of the engine, and it's slowly getting worse. The last thing I want is to overheat on the way to Donuts, cruising at the Peterson.
Now, I don't know how bad this coolant leak is. The fact that it's towards the rear of the engine scares me a little bit, but hopefully it'll be a simple fix. So in order to find out where it is, I'm headed to an auto parts store. I'm gonna get some UV leak detection fluid and put it in the system. So with that UV dye in the system, I'm gonna drive to get it circulating, which is a perfect opportunity to head to the big time garage.
Yeah, sometimes like the intake manifold gasket will let it start leaking into the runners or down the block.
So Joby let me borrow his more powerful UV light, and I'm gonna take a look, see if I can follow up where it's leaking towards the rear main seal.
I took a look at the top of the engine, and sure enough, we are leaking coolant from the upper radiator pipe at the back of the engine.
So I'm pretty sure at the back of that piece is just a little O-ring, which probably needs to be replaced. So the first step we're gonna do is to get under here, open the pep cock, and drain the coolant. I don't think I'll need to drain it all the way since this is pretty high above the radiator.
So I unscrew everything and pop off the radiator pipe and still spill coolant all over Joby's driveway. And since O-ring sizes confuse me, I bought every size that they had at the hardware store.
770 extra O-rings? You got the right one, dude. We're winning.
Then I sealed it up with some red RTV and burped the system, and the leak has officially stopped. But our issues don't stop there. On my last cross-country journey, I never solved our electrical issues. The car died several times on me on the trip because randomly the lights and the whole electrical system would surge, fluctuate, and make all sorts of weird things go out of whack.
Is this an alternator issue? Where it's making my fucking windshield wipers go crazy?
I think it has something to do with the voltage regulator within the alternator, so I'm replacing the whole alternator and the squeaky belt that made this car sound like crap.
And the new alternator fixed all of our electrical issues, and replacing the belt now makes the engine sound much better. Here's before, and here's after.
Next stop is 405 Motoring in Inglewood to finally fix this paint that has been cross-country twice and is begging for some love. 405 Motoring specializes in automotive aesthetics like paint protection film, tinting, and all things detailing. So we're bringing the Dookie for a much-needed two-step paint correction and ceramic coat. The transformation is gonna be absolutely beautiful. But first, I need to remove a few things to make the wash process a little easier, so I'm taking off the light bar and the mirrors, which is good because the hardware needs to be cleaned up and replaced anyway.
So yesterday, the 405 crew spent the day deconning the X90, and it revealed all of the swirls and stuff that we'll need to fix in the paint correction step today. So while they're doing that, I'm gonna button up a few more details to get this thing show ready. The first one being the headlights. Now, we've only got one low beam and one high beam currently, so I'm gonna take those out and get them replaced.
The 405 guys hooked me up with a paintless dent repair guy because Dookie has two significant dents on the front driver fender and on the rear passenger quarter panel. Luckily, they're easy spots to access, and with a little massaging, it's like they were never there.
And the next easiest demodification is to remove these terrible seat covers that I put on my cross-country trip just to keep the seats nice and safe.
Now it's time for the biggest transformation of them all. Cutting and polishing the clear coat to remove all the swirls, so Tony polished and polished and polished until this thing was looking like someone bumped up the contrast on life. And with the final ceramic coat, this thing is looking like a damn mirror. It's almost ready.
The final fix before the show will be fixing the trunk. Last time I was using this thing out in the desert, I packed the trunk a little too much and bent one of the brackets that holds this trunk up with the springs, and that could lead to disaster if someone at the show maybe wants to see the trunk, because this thing comes down hard.
So I heated the metal, bent it straight, and wrestled the spring into position.
I don't think that time lapse really sells how exhausting that actually is, because you have to pull with all your force down on that spring. I had to call in some reinforcements to actually get it seated, but perfect.
And now the trunk is fully functional. It's not gonna randomly slam on someone's finger and potentially chop it off, because if anyone knows how that feels, it's me, and it doesn't feel good.
I'm in the woods, chopping up wood. I'm really good at the carpentry. I got the tools, I'm really cool, and I be using them properly. Trust me, leave me alone. Oh shit, 911, all on the phone. Chop it off, don't need my fingers, I chop them off. Too many fingers, I chop them off. Chop it off, chop them all off, yeah. Don't need my fingers, I chop them off. Too many fingers, I chop them off. Chop it off, 911. What's your emergency? Cut off the tip of my finger, it's hurting me. Need you here urgently, so the hospital can take all my currency, yeah. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, come and see me. Saw my hands up, full throttle. Switching blades on a bandsaw, with my pants off. Chopped off my dick, chop it off. Chopping off all of my body parts. Chop it off. Chopping the tip of my penis off. Chop it off. Don't mean my dick, so I chop it off. Chop it off. Who needs a dick? I'ma chop it off.
So we've made it to the Peterson for the donut cruise-in. It's so awesome to be here, meeting the fans. The car is looking super shiny and polished, and there's so many awesome cars here. Last year when I was here, I was sort of at a point in my career where I knew I was quitting donuts, so it was kind of odd energy being here. Not sure if I was making the right decision, but it's awesome to be back, meet all sorts of fans, and have you guys here with me. It's really cool to be here. We're gonna go talk to some of the hosts, see what their favorite cars are here, and check out what the show has to offer.
So we're gonna get started here in a few minutes.
So it's the part of the show where the donut hosts are going around to each car and checking them out to pick what their favorite is. Let's see if we can get an inside scoop on what they're thinking.
So Steph, I saw the way you were looking at this car. Give us the inside scoop.
Okay, so I am a big Honda enthusiast, even bigger CR-V enthusiast. This is a lowered CR-V, which is one of my favorite genre of CR-Vs.
It's almost unrecognizable when you see it lowered.
Right? I think like lowered SUVs, when done right, is nuts to the ground. Look at how low that is. Look at that wheel. Look at that fitment. I need like,
Steph, take a photo of this one's number, so I think we know that this is her choice.
this is my pick.
In this white GZX over here, though I like that silver Altezza, that yellow Lotus, those really nice. I like colors, I like paint.
The JZX, which is what, a JDM?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got a 1J in it. This thing's got some BSKFs, it's got a kit on it. It looks banging.
We'll see if that'll be Jimmy's final decision.
The guy's got good wheel taste, all right?
Jimmy's a wheel guy.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite pick so far?
I wouldn't say.
What's your favorite pick?
Probably that green mini truck downstairs, the Toyota Tacoma, or Sandro's S14 Koki. I'm between those two right now.
Sweet. Thank you.
All right, so this is my style car. Rare, stupid, and doesn't make sense, but actually does make sense. So this is a 80-something Corolla all-track. This is something I would drive.
Yeah, you like weird, old, wedgie type vehicles that are four-wheel drive.
That are very functional.
Yeah.
Very functional. Yes.
He's in his wagon era.
So-
We may have Justin's pick right here. So we see a lot of lowered cars here, a lot of stance cars here. Are you going to show up for the people,
Yeah.
off-road community that you represent?
Dude, more wheel gap, more gap. Let's walk and talk. There's a little Toyota pickup downstairs. A full frame off nut and bolt restoration.
Okay.
Like it is basically a brand new truck.
I don't have a trophy to give out, but if I had to pick, it would probably be that Studebaker downstairs with the crazy chrome bumper. I just really liked how that thing looked. And then it's a toss-up between that and the Forester downstairs. I talked to that guy for a solid 10 minutes. He was telling me all the crazy stories that thing had been. He said he'd been to Iraq with it and like all sorts of different crazy places in Europe. And And honestly, I'm more of a story guy than a car guy. So hearing all the places that had been, I was like, this is what this is about for me, taking weird cars, weird places. So that takes my pick.
The deliberations are over. The donut hosts are back behind the desk. Let's see who they give the awards to.
So my pick this year is a Toyota Corolla all-track.
For me, it was obviously a Miata. Really sick NB1 with a full Mazda speed kit.
On the second floor, I picked the Slam CRV on TE37s.
Mine is number 1944. It is a perfectly restored 1984 Toyota pickup over there.
My favorite car here was a green, low Toyota Tacoma with a snug top on it.
Now it is time for the Donut Cruising Best in Show.
We picked a 260Z in Santorini blue that's up top. It is one of the most beautiful cars here, and all of us agreed that it was the best in show today.
Big thanks to the Peterson, Donut, and 405 Motoring for getting the Suzuki here. I love you. Subscribe. Bye.